Hello students, hope you are well. Today I am going to discuss according to your half yearly syllabus. The chapter which will be discussed today, it is sentences. Chapter number 8 according to your book. Chapter number 8, simple, compound and complex. So before going through the illustration, I have to tell how many types of sentences are there according to the clause. According to the clause, with respect to the clause, how many types of sentences are there? In your board, you can see sentences are of three types. One is simple sentence, one is compound sentence, one is complex sentence. I hope you understand it. Simple, compound and complex sentence. Sentences are of three types according to the clause: simple, complex, compound and complex. Now let's discuss simple sentence at the very beginning. What is simple sentence? Simple sentence is very simple, which has one finite verb and one subject. Remember this thing, simple sentence contains one finite verb, one subject. Now let's come to this point, what a subject is. Whenever you were in class 7, I told you that subject is that part of the sentence what we talk about. For example, Ram eats rice. Whom we are talking about in this sentence? We are talking about Ram. So Ram is the subject of this sentence. So in simple sentence, one subject will remain. For example, I am talking about I, and what is finite verb? Finite verb is that verb. Verb is of two types. One is finite verb, one is non-finite verb. Finite verb is that verb which can be changed according to the tense, according to the number, according to the tense, according to the number and according to the person. According to these three, a finite verb can be changed: number, person and tense. For example, I am a teacher. In this sentence, am is a verb. Am is a verb. Although we cannot find any direct verb in this sentence, if direct verb does not remain in the sentence, this auxiliary verb, what we consider auxiliary verb, this auxiliary verb will be considered as direct verb. So this is the direct verb of this sentence. Am. This word am can be changed according to the number. For example, we, if we make, along with we cannot use am. Along with we have to use we are teachers. Verb has been changed. Now you can see, according to the person and according to the number we have changed first. According to the number we have changed. Now according to the tense we are changing. We are teachers. It was earlier like this. Now we are changing the tense. We were teachers. Verb has been changed here. Okay. Now if we change the person, for example, instead of we, if we use he, then along with he, we cannot use this auxiliary verb, this verb. We are changing he is teacher. Person has been changed, verb also has been changed. Hope you have understood. So another example with direct verb I am giving. I went. It is of past tense. The sentence is of past tense. I went. I'm changing. I am making the sentence I went. In Bengali we can say আমি গিয়েছিলাম. But if in Bengali I say আমি যাই, the sentence will be converted into present tense. So I go, verb has been changed. So if this type of verbs remain, which can be changed according to the tense, according to the person, according to the number, so this type of verbs, if this type of verbs remain in any sentence, this sentence will be considered as simple sentence. Simple sentence, first condition, one finite verb, one subject, not more than one. For example, going there, I have eaten my meal. So in this sentence, what is the subject? Whom are we talking about? We are talking about, who are we talking about? We are talking about I. So this is the subject. Where is the finite verb in this sentence? In this sentence, finite verb is eaten. I have eaten my meal. One subject, one finite verb. So this sentence is simple sentence. Hope you have understood. Now let's come to second part. Compound sentence. Compound sentence is that sentence which consists of two or more coordinate clause. For example, coordinate, once again I am saying, compound sentence is that sentence which consists of two or more coordinate clause. For example, I have gone there. But you, I have come here. I have come here, but you are not present. In this sentence, but is a conjunction which joins two or more words or two or more sentences. Conjunction is that part of speech which joins two or more words or two or more sentences. So in this sentence we can find but. It is the bridge between these two sentences. I have come here, you are not present. In these two parts of the sentence you can see both the parts have one subject. Both the parts have one subject. In this part we are talking about I, in this part we are talking about you. So both the parts have one subject. Both are independent in nature. Both are not dependent with anybody. Both are independent in nature. This type of parts are called as independent clause or coordinate clause. Understood? So these coordinate clause, these two coordinate clauses are joined by but, this conjunction. If this type of two coordinate clause, if two coordinate clause we get, two or more coordinate clause, Ram went there, Sham went there, Ram went there and Sham went there. Ram went there, comma Sham went there and Jadu went there. The conjunction is joining three coordinate clauses. This type of sentences are called as compound sentence. I shall be giving you examples. So let's recapitulate the previous questions which I discussed. First, simple sentence is that sentence which contains only one subject and one finite verb. For example, the elephant is a big animal. I am XYZ, who may be. X, Y, Z, X or Y or Z, X takes the class of English 2. Who takes the class of English 2? What we are talking about in this sentence? X. And finite verb takes. Finite verb takes. So X takes the class of X takes the class of English 2. X, we are talking about X and one finite verb. This is finite verb. That is subject. We are talking about X. So this is subject, this is finite verb. Takes the class of English 2. We can see on the board. So we can, how many subjects are there? How many subjects? Let's search once. Here only one subject X. How many finite verbs are there? Only one finite verb. That means one finite verb, one subject. The sentence is simple sentence. That is very simple. Now let's come to this point. Another one. Another example I am citing. His father was a nice person, but he is not like his father. Here you see, conjunction is there. His father was a nice person. The sentence is independent. If we complete this sentence here, nice person, we can complete. This sentence is, this part is not dependent on anybody. Okay, he is not like his father. This is also independent. If you say he is not like his father, this sentence also can be this part also can be considered as complete sentence. But these two these two parts are joined by conjunction, this coordinate conjunction. So this, if we find this type of two independent parts are joined by conjunction, two or more independent parts are joined by coordinate conjunctions, these type of sentences are called as compound sentence. More examples are there. Whenever you will go through the exercise, at the time you can find easily. I shall be telling you, and whenever exercise notes of notes of the exercise will be given, you will be getting all this. Now let's come to complex sentence. Complex sentence will be saying which has one made up of, it is made up of principal clause and subordinate clause. What is principal clause? Compound sentence is made up of principal clause and subordinate clause. What is principal clause? This is the boy. Sorry. This is the boy. This is the boy. It is not dependent on anybody, this part. I am writing full sentence. This is the boy who makes noise in the class. This is the boy who makes noise in the class. Now let's pick out the first part of the sentence. This is the boy. This part, if we imagine this part alone, this is the complete part, we can say. It is not dependent on anybody. This is the boy. Sometimes we say, na, who made the noise? This is the boy. Who went to Silchar? Who goes to Silchar? This is the boy. Sometimes we can say, okay, sometimes which book do you need? This is the book. Sometimes we can say, we can complete this sentence in this way. So this is the boy. It is independent. But who makes noise in the class? This part, if we say who makes noise in the class, sometimes if we use it as interrogative, this is another matter. Who makes noise in the class? But here no interrogative sign is there. Sign of interrogation is not there. So we cannot consider this part as an interrogative sentence. This is assertive. So who makes noise in the class? If we say, In Bengali we can say J class e gondogol badhaye. Who makes noise in the class? Who makes noise in the class? This part is completely dependent on the first part. This is the boy. This is the boy who makes noise in the class. If we add this is the boy along with who makes noise in the class, the sentence can be considered as a complete sentence. And if we find this principal clause or main clause in the sentence along with one subordinate clause or dependent clause with him, this sentence will be considered as complex sentence. Another example of complex sentence I am citing. He lost the book. He has lost the book that he needs. He has lost the book. Up to this much it is independent. It is not dependent. He has lost the book. Sometimes we say he has lost the book. It is independent. But that he needs, is it independent? If we say only that he needs, the sentence will not be considered as a complete sentence. This part. So if we join these two parts, this sentence can be considered as complete. With the help of this dependent, it is dependent on this part. So if one principal clause, main clause is there along with one dependent clause, subordinate clause, if this type of sentences we find, we can consider this sentence as complex sentence. I hope you have understood. Once again I am recapitulating. One, I am rubbing the board fully. I am rubbing the board fully. Now let's come to one subject, one finite verb. Simple sentence. Simple sentence, one subject, one finite verb. He is going to market. I am going home. I subject, am finite verb. One subject, one finite verb. Simple sentence. Compound sentence, two clauses, independent clauses, and they are joined by conjunction. For example, I was playing cricket and he was watching TV. I was playing cricket, this is a complete independent, and he was watching TV, this is also complete independent. But these are joined by, these are bridged by conjunction. So this is compound sentence. Now let's come to complex sentence, principal clause. I went there when he was reading. I went there complete independent. Main clause it is principal. I went there, it is when he was reading he was connected with, it is dependent on the principal. So this type of sentences are called complex sentence. I hope you have understood. Now let's go to exercise. Page number 50, exercise. Go to exercise, page number 50 in your book. Exercise of this chapter. We returned home when the sun set. Can you tell me what will be the answer? You are to, in exercise it is instructed to us, say whether these following sentences are simple, compound and complex. Also point out the clauses in case of compound or complex sentence. We have to do two works. First of all, we have to identify whether these sentences are simple, compound or complex, and in case of compound or complex sentence, we have to say which clause remains. First of all, we returned home when the sun set. We returned home when the sun set. In this sentence, we returned home. It is, and when the sun set, when we have seen, so when the sun set, this part is dependent on this part. So past part is completely principal, it is not dependent on anybody. So this is complex sentence. It is complex sentence. This is principal clause and this is subordinate. According to the book, you can write, for making the time short, I am writing subordinate as a clause. Like this, the answers will be. You must work hard or you will fail. Number 2. So, you must work hard or you will fail. You will fail is independent, you must work hard. It is independent. But these two are bridged by one conjunction, that is or. Or. That is, these two sentences are, these two parts are joined by this conjunction or. So, two parts are independent, joined by conjunction. These type of sentences are called as compound sentence. And the clauses are, you must work hard, coordinate clause, and you will fail, coordinate clause. We do not like boys who are lazy. We do not like boys who are lazy. Who are lazy is dependent on we do not like boys. So, second part, subordinate clause. First part, the we do not like boys, it is not dependent on anybody. So, it is dependent on the second part is dependent on the first part. So, we do not like boys who are lazy, coordinate clause, subordinate clause, and we do not like boys is we do not like boys is principal clause. Anupam is a handsome young man. In this sentence, go through this sentence. Anupam is a handsome young man. Anupam, the word Anupam, we are talking about whom in this sentence? Anupam. So Anupam is a, have you found any other subject? Just look, go through the sentence. Anupam is a handsome young man. No, there is no other subject. Okay, there is no other subject. So this sentence is, this sentence contains only one subject and how many finite verbs? How many finite verbs are there? Anupam is only one finite verb, that is. So one subject, one finite verb, the sentence is simple sentence. Number 5, she stood fast in the class. How many subjects are there? She. Along with she, main subject she. Along with this, have you found any other subject? Just go through, just search. She stood fast in the class. We are talking about she only in this sentence. So this is the only subject. One subject we have found. How many finite verbs? She stood fast in the class. Only one verb is there, that is finite verb. She stood fast. One subject, one finite verb, that is simple sentence. He succeeded in his first attempt. He succeeded. Whom we are talking about in this sentence? One subject, he, one finite verb, succeeded. That means one subject, one finite verb, that is simple sentence. Like this, you are to go through this chapter completely. The rest of the notes will be, the answers of the exercise will be given whenever notes will be provided. You read the chapter on your own, and if any queries you find, any query you find, any question you find, you ask me in the comment box. I shall be replying you, inshallah. I shall be replying. Whatever question arises in your mind, just ask me this question. Okay? So that's all for today. Thank you very much.